Hello and welcome to yet another VTuber tutorial. If you can't tell, today we're going to be talking about how to make things glow in the dark or just glow in general. It's actually pretty easy, but it does require a couple downloads outside of Android Studio. Before we get into this, if you don't have a model or don't know how to use it, I have tutorials just for you. It might make more sense to look at those videos before watching this one, so I have them linked down in the description. Anyways, let's get right into it. To get started, you're going to need to download and install Unity, here's the version I use, and the Unity package UniVRM. This plugin is used to import and export your VTuber model in and out of Unity. So, if you have Unity, you're going to start a new project, create it, it'll just take a second for it to launch, don't judge the mess of my desktop. And then, when you start out, you're going to need to open up UniVRM. On your computer, I would assume that it's just in downloads, that's how it is for me. And now it's going to load. And you have to choose to import all. And then any second now, if I'm doing this properly, it should import, and then we should have an extra tab at the top. So what you're going to want to do here is UniVRM 0.55.0, import, and then just import one of your many models. So it just takes a little while for it to import. As you can see, my cursor is just loading a lot because it imports a lot of items. And then down here we have a new asset. So I'm going to drag that up to the main camera. Scroll in a bit because I kind of want to see the model. This model's a little janky, but it's good for the example, okay? So don't judge me. So, what we're gonna do with this one is we are going to make the bow and the purple hair glow. And maybe the stars too. I think we can do that. It is actually very easy. So now, although I am covering it up, you can see cursor very far left. All of these ponytail Catherines. We are going to want to find the materials. Here are the materials. So, I'm going to make the eyes glow, the stars glow, the bow glow, the hair glow. It's a lot of things. So, I've clicked on the eye, and now we have all this information here. Emission is what's important here. We're going to click the little dot there, and then all of these textures pop up. These are all the textures from my model and then some extra things as well. So for this one, this is the eyes, so we're gonna pick the eye texture. And then HDR, drag it up a bit. As you can see, that is a lot. So you might not want to put it all the way to white. It is a little excessive. I like to put it somewhere that'll look okay when it's bright, but also still good in the dark. So we're gonna put it at that. Very easy. So now we're gonna do this with all the other ones as well. So here we have the purple hair, emission. Unfortunately, the hair for that, the texture is just the same as all my other ones. So I'm actually not sure how that's gonna affect things, but we'll just have to wait and see. Because that's a first. Usually I have custom textures for each color. But not today. Oh, that actually, wait, that looks... See, I'm learning new things as well. That actually looks really nice. But let's take another look at that. I think that's a good place to put it. So there's that hair. And now the bow. The bow is this material here. See how quickly I can do this? Like, it's really easy. So, the stars all have the same texture. It's all just white. And that should be okay. So we'll put it up there. And just change it for all of them. And then it'll look really cool in the dark. There we go. That's all there is to it. Now we just have to click on the model, VRM 0.55, export humanoid. This showed up on my bottom screen. and then you just press export again. And I'll just save it to my downloads. Heckin' whatever is the name of this one. And now let's go into VC Face. Now mind you, I do not have the face tracking set up for this model. But let's look at what it looks like in the dark. So you'll need VC Face for this, or some other application that has the same effects, but personally this is what I'm used to. So we have two things that we need to pay attention to: the effect settings, the light settings. So for more than half of it, it's the same lighting when you do the sun option, and then when it gets darker, you can see the parts that glow. So it looks very cool. It's very interesting because the purple hair, when it's dark, looks like the lighter hair of my model. So now we know how that works. It's very interesting. Now, the other thing is bloom. We already had that on a little bit, but if we make it darker, you can see the bloom effect is almost not there. So we just got to lower the threshold. And there you go. You have something that's glowing. It looks very nice. We'll do it a little more, but then we'll lower it a little bit. How cool is that? So if I get rid of this background and we get rid of everything, that looks really cool. How nice is that? So it's actually really easy to add glow-in-the-dark things to your VTuber model. So I hope you enjoyed that guide. If you haven't watched my other VTuber tutorials, consider watching them to bring your VTuber model to its fullest potential. And if you're new here, consider subscribing and joining the party. I will have plenty more content like this. If you have any questions, or if you have any suggestions for what other things I can discuss on here, let me know in the comments below. On that note, thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.